Still on the same, CORD leaders of today urged their supporters to turn up in large numbers during the 30 days IEBC has set aside for voter listing.
Now, traversing different polling stations within Nairobi County, the leaders said the 2017 election is key to their victory and the only way is through their supporters. The leaders also want the IEBC to release numbers of daily registrations. Kennedy Murithi with that report.
As the clock ticks towards the 2017 elections, and so does the reality begin to sink in for politicians that the general election is only 6 months away. It is a do or die for the opposition, and every vote counts. CORD leaders Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula are urging their supporters to take advantage of the month-long voter registration announced by the IEBC to take their voters' card. To underscore the importance of the voter registration to the opposition, Raila attended the launch of the voter drive at the KICC early today, where there was a question and answer session between Nairobi politicians and the IEBC. After the launch, Raila visited about 7 polling stations across the county to monitor the registration and called on his supporters to turn up in numbers and register.
Uchaguzi wakati mwaka huu utashinda ndani ya siku 30 peke yake. Ndio tunataka watu wetu wote, vijana, akina mama, wazee ambaye hawana kura wajiandikishe kama wapigaji kura.
His coalition partners Kalonzo and Wetangula also traversed sections of Karen to drum up support for their coalition in what they said was one of their strategies to eject Jubilee from power. Their clarion call to marshal supporters to turn up in numbers.
Tutaki silaha ya vita, mapanga ama mishale. Silaha ya kuondoa ubaguzi wa kisiasa, kuharibu, kuangusha serikali ambayo imeshinda na kazi yake, ama ambayo naona imeshinda. Silaha yenyewe ni kura yako.
The recently released data from the IEBC on voter registration across the country as of 30th November 2016 paints a grim picture for opposition strongholds with regards to Kenyans with identity cards that have not registered as voters. In the coastal region, out of 2.7 million residents with identity cards in Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, Tana River, Lamu and Taita Taveta counties, only 1.3 million had registered as voters as of December 31, 2016, according to provisional results from the IEBC. The data also says there are 1.04 million potential voters. In Western region, out of 3.05 million residents with identity cards, only half of them had registered as voters as of December 2016, with a potential of 1.1 million residents ready for registration. In Nyanza, 3.9 million residents had identity cards, but only 2.2 million had registered by December 2016. IEBC notes that the area has a potential of 1.2 million more voters. In Nairobi, which is a swing county for both Jubilee and CORD, there is a total of 3.48 million Kenyans with identity cards, but only 1.84 million had registered as voters. IEBC also notes there is a potential of 1.27 million more Kenyans to be registered. CORD leaders now say they'll traverse the whole country within the period stipulated for voter listing to urge their supporters to not only register as voters, but also to turn up to vote in the August polls.
We don't want any ghost voters to find their way on the register, to be maintained on the register, or to turn up to vote on polling day.
In his tour of Nairobi today, Raila Odinga has likened the 2017 battle to a titanic one, asking Kenyans to come out in numbers to register as voters, as it will be his last stab at the presidency. Kennedy Murithi, NTV.